Hi there. In this video, I will show you how to set up a Tripwire funnel in FG Funnels with a deadline timer on the page where you're selling your Tripwire. I don't necessarily like the word Tripwire, but it is an offer that people see after they opt into your freebie. So rather than simply sending them to their inbox to go find your freebie, you're telling them that there is this special offer available for them for, let's say, the next 15 minutes. They can get 50% off your course, for example. But once their timer expires, their unique individual timer, there's no way for them to get back to the offer that you just presented to them. So it is a real timer, a real deadline, and they can only purchase within that specific window of time. Now, FG Funnels offers timers, but they're best used for live launches. And if you want the timer to also show up inside emails, you'll need a separate tool. Most people use Deadline Funnel for this, and it is a great tool. I really, really like it, but it is pretty expensive. It starts at $49 a month, and then you have 3 timers and up to 1,000 people going through it. I found a great alternative. It's called Countdown Hero, and you can find my affiliate link for it in the description to this video. And it's only $67 and allows you 5 timers and up to 2,000 people to go through it. They also offer a pro version for another $97 one time again, which then allows you unlimited timers and unlimited people going through it, and better and more extensive design options on the timers. So for just a very limited amount of money, you can have a lifetime deal for an offer that's very similar to Deadline Funnel. They work slightly differently, but for a setup like this, where you're sending people from your email or an email opt-in to your sales pages, this works really, really well. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up with FG Funnels. What we need for this is an opt-in form for your freebie, an opt-in page, a discounted offer, the sales page that displays that offer, an order confirmation page if they purchase, and a thank you page if the timer expires and they haven't purchased. Countdown Hero, the tool that I just spoke about, and then an email delivering the freebie that can then also have the timer inside it. So let's head over to FG Funnels and let's see how we can set this up. Let's first create the discounted offer. So we head on over to payments here on the left-hand side and then products, and we click create products. I'm naming this Tripwire offer, but in your case, it would probably be the name of your course. I select digital goods and I'm naming the pricing special offer, and let's say it's 27 euros. I click create. So now we have the offer ready. Now we head on over to sites, and you are most welcome to use any of the fabulous templates that FG Funnel uses. But just to show you and really focus on the technical setup of this, I'm going to create one from scratch. But like I said, those templates that they have are really, really cool. So by all means, use those. So I'm going to create a new funnel, and I'm naming this Tripwire Funnel. Create funnel. And the different pages, let's first head on over to settings and assign a domain, so that we don't forget that. And then the steps right here. So the first would be the freebie opt-in or the squeeze page. The second is not a regular thank you page, but rather the Tripwire sales page. So this doubles as a thank you page for the freebie opt-in. The next one would be the order form. Then we'd have the order confirmation. And we need the thank you page after the deadline expired. Deadline expired. Okay, so for the freebie page, we need to create a form. So we go to Forms and then Builder, Add Form. And here under Options, I first name it Freebie Opt-in Form for Tripwire. And under Fields, I'm going to drag in first name and, of course, email. And I click to save the form. Now we head on back over to the funnels and the Tripwire funnel. And in here, I'm going to create from blank, just like I said, to focus really on the integrations here. So I'm just creating a section and a row, and I'm going to put in the form. And then here I choose the form that I just created. Oh, I saw there was a little typo, but no one sees that, so that's fine. So now I'm going to save this page And what we need to do a little later is that we are sending them to a URL. We're not simply sending them to the next page. And I'll show you later why that is. But for now, we can leave this empty and just save this page. And we head on back to the overview of those funnel steps. Okay, so on the order form right here, this is where we're going to pull in the product that we created. So we click add product, we choose the Tripwire offer and the special pricing that we set up, and we hit save. Now, obviously on the sales page, you need to make sure that any of the buy now buttons lead to the order form page. And on the order form page, we need to make sure that the buttons there lead to the order confirmation page. So obviously on this page, you would need to add the order form. If you're using one of those templates, it's likely already there. But let me just show you real quick. Did that add a section? Let's do a one step just for simplicity's sake. Okay, so we have the order form on here. And we're heading back to the steps right here. So the order form needs to link to the order confirmation. The sales page, the buy buttons need to link to the order form. Okay, that is all very standard in how you set up FG funnels. So we have the order form. We have the freebie opt-in form on a freebie opt-in page. We have the discounted offer on the order form. We have the order confirmation, and we have the deadline expired thank you page. So we have everything here ready. Now we need to head on over to Automate Hero, decide where Countdown Hero lives. You have a lot of tutorials here that are very helpful, but I want to show you step by step in this video as well. Because FG Funnels is not one of the standard integrations here, we need to choose Other Platform and click Connect and confirm. So you're not actually really connecting because there's nothing to connect really. So here we click Create Your First Countdown Hero. And we give it a name. So I'm just going to say Tripwire offer. Here you can give it a label to basically, if you have a lot of countdown timers, to group them together and be able to more easily find them, to categorize them basically. And here we have 3 different trigger options. So for example, at a fixed date and time, that is one that you already actually have inside FG Funnels, where the deadline is the same for everyone. So for a live launch, for example, what we need here is this one in X hours and minutes. So let's say we want to offer this for 0 hours and 15 minutes. And then here, what we need to do is set up the active countdown redirect URL, which is really a mouthful, but basically it is the sales page URL. So we head on back to FG Funnels and we take the sales page URL. So this one right here, and we're going to stick that inside here. This is the expired page URL. So we head on back here. Let me just close that one out. Now this is the expired page URL, and we're going to stick that in here. Now, what you can put in here is if someone didn't go through your opt-in, you can send them either to your website, or if you leave this empty, it's just going to go to a 404, or you can simply send them to this page as well. Depends on what you want to do. Okay, here it is really important that we put on test mode, and I like to tick this box as well. You can find more information about any of these things here as well, but they're also all here under tutorials. The next part that is important, so yeah, just let me explain about the test mode. Otherwise, if the timer runs out whilst you're still working on it, you're basically locking yourself out. So that's not very helpful. If that ever happens, you don't need to worry too much, because you can simply come back in here, turn on test mode, and then you should be able to get to your page again. Here you can style your timers. So the one is for the pages and this is for email. So you can click on the timer here. You have different options. You can choose whether it's inline, full width, top, bottom, etc. You can add a button. So for example, if you want to add like buy now, you can have that here as well. So there's plenty of options. And if you purchase a pro version, there's even more that you can do with it to style it really the way you want it to. And what's really cool as well is once you've styled one, you can actually bring across the styling to the email timer or the other way around, so that you don't need to do duplicate work. So that's really helpful too. So what we need to do now is actually save and get code. And you'll see a third little box appear here for each of these two when we do that. So now we copy the code for this timer and we're going to add that to our sales page. So this here, the Tripwire sales page, we're creating it. And I'm going to add in a section here. And now we need a code section. You open it up here and we simply stick this in and hit save. And we save the page. Now, obviously on here, you'd also have your, let's just do another section. Did that not work? Let me just duplicate this. And rather than the code, we're going to put in a button that goes to the sales page, right? To the order form. So let's say buy now. This one goes to the next step in the funnel. Save. Okay, right? Now the timer is going to display here at the top. You can actually have a little preview. You can see it right here, okay? And you can see we're in test mode right now. Okay, so let's head back. So now we have the opt-in, and after they opt in, they get to the sales page, order form confirmation, or deadline expired page, right? So if they get to this page and their timer actually expires, they're automatically being redirected to the deadline expired thank you page, which has currently nothing on it, but that's what you'll work on, right? Now, the one thing that we still need to do is make sure that this freebie opt-in doesn't get like to the next step to get to the sales page, but we actually need to use something from here. So we need to take this little bit of code right here, redirect URL. So we copy that and we go in here, and there's one thing we need to do first, and this is really, really important. So we head on over to automation and create a workflow, start from scratch. And this is where we are creating the freebie opt-in, freebie delivery plus Tripwire timer. Right, so if they submit the form, and we use the filter here to select the correct form, save, we assign to the user. Okay, then here we send them the email, right? The email is going to come from the user full name and email, and then we say, here's your freebie plus special offer. I must say this works a little better if you allow them a little bit more time. Then here we paste in that code that we got from here. So we copy this and we paste that inside here. Okay, we leave some space, and now we take custom values, contact, not user, but contact email. And you see this curly bracket, contact.email, curly bracket. We're going to remove this final part here from what we pasted before. So the square brackets and email, and we actually stick this behind it. Okay, so now we copy this whole thing, and that's what we need. So we have this. I'm actually not sure. This didn't connect properly. So let's see if I can do that again. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I want to be sure. You can also just like replace this like so. Okay, that should work actually. Okay, so we're going to copy this. We'll come back to this email in a second. So we head on back to the funnel. And on the freebie opt-in page, we are redirecting them not to the next step, but we're actually sending them to that particular URL. So we head on to the form settings and we put this in here. And basically what this does, it does send them to the next step in the funnel, but it sends them through Countdown Hero, meaning that the system can then keep track of them and their specific unique deadline. So now we have that, and now we need to do one more thing. And that is that we have the code on the web page, but we also want it on the email. So now we take this bit of code right here and we head on back to the automations. And inside this email, we paste that bit of code, and you can again see the square brackets here that we don't need. So we do again custom values, contact, email to make sure we have the exact piece of code that we need. I cut that and paste that here. So make sure the square brackets and the word email, that's all that's going out, and you put this in. Now you copy this again and delete it. And then you go here to go to the code, source code for this email. You make sure this is all empty and you paste this in here. And this will pull in the person's unique timer. So now it displays 0, but it will pull in their unique timer. So now you can in here just say, hi, and then contact like first name. Here is your freebie, so they can click, right? And then you can send them to the sales page to check out the offer. And again, for that, we would be using that unique link. So we're using this redirect URL again. So check out the offer here. And again, we'd be using the link with proper code. So again, I'm just to be sure taking this and putting that here, taking this whole thing and sticking that inside here. Okay, so now when they go here and their timer hasn't expired, they get to the sales page. But if they click this link, but their timer has expired, they're being taken to this particular page, the thank you page where their timer has expired. So on that, you can simply say, okay, sorry, the offer expired, but please join my Facebook group or go check out your freebie or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to send them to. If you want a more complicated setup, you could still offer your same thing, but just for a higher price. That's an option too. But that's a little bit more complicated to set up. So basically what we have now, oh, and of course, make sure to publish that workflow. Don't forget that, because otherwise it won't work. I think I forgot to do that. Let's see. Yeah, see, add in draft. Okay, here we go. So what we have now is our we created the discounted offer. We put that on the sales page. We have the freebie opt-in with an opt-in form. And once they opt in, they're being taken through the Countdown Hero timer system, being sent to the sales page. From there, they can go to the order form. If they purchase, they go to the order confirmation form. And if they don't, they get to the deadline expired thank you page. So, and in the meantime, they get that email as well with the timer on it. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions around how to set any of this up, feel free to let me know. I'd love to help you. And yeah, I hope this has been helpful. Bye-bye.